Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and the ex-LDBC member Fannon. You know, Fannon has had his own drama recently, so I tried not to counterpunch Fannon, but sometimes you just can't help it, because if you keep saying things that need to be counterpunched, so be it, but I did give him some slack. I did, administer that he was going through problems and, other problems and stuff like that, but that has nothing to do with saying the truth on the internet. So here we go. He did a video that was sent to me, and it said Deontay Wilder firm on forcing Tyson Fury rematch. And he mentions Fury's trainer denies training for Anthony Joshua. Okay, I don't know what that meant, but let's talk about the first part. He's saying that, Deontay Wilder is adamant on getting his rematch or whatever. He's still in arbitration. That's true. They are still in an arbitration situation. It's a gag order. They don't talk much about it. Tyson Fury showed you that. He didn't even really want to mention anything, which I found was strange. However, Deontay Wilder himself did say that he wants to show his greatness. He has options. If he can't get the Tyson Fury fight, because it looks like it's not going to happen. These guys are bit by bit agreeing to different shit. Bars. And it's constantly getting closer and closer to the fight actually being announced. So I don't see that fight happening like Fannon claims. Oh, it's happening. It's rumored that it's happening. And see, the sweet thing about the truth is showing people what it really is. And what it really is what we will eventually see. Okay? Because Fannon will say, hey, yeah, Deontay Wilder's adamant on getting this rematch. Okay, fine. He deserves a rematch. If Tyson Fury signed a dotted line about him fighting Deontay Wilder, that should be that. However, I have to say this. Your loyalty or what you say you stand by, that's admirable. Absolutely. If you say you're going to do something, do it. That shows character, right? But understand, business and character are two different things. So if that damn contract expired, he doesn't have anything to stand on. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, you know what? He doesn't have anything to stand on at all because of the contract expired, because we don't know all the stipulations of it. Again, it's a gag order. We don't know what's going on. Because if that was so true, it would be a situation where, okay, hey, this won't even go to court. You go into court a good 20 minutes and it's over with. Well, here's the order. Here's the contract. It's expired by this time. This is that. Okay. The judge will look at that, or the mediator or whoever he is will look at that and say, well, hey, you have no case. Sorry, this case is adjourned. Bam! Right? That's the order. But that's not what happened. Okay, now they're going into arbitration, so something's happening, right? Tyson Fury spending millions of dollars to make sure something's happening. But what he's doing also, I don't think that really reflects the Joshua fight. I just think what he's doing is he is just going to court to make sure he doesn't get what Deontay Wilder wants. Okay, that's the whole thing. If he folded into what Deontay Wilder wanted, then that means he didn't need the damn lawyers at all. Now, would he? He didn't have to pay the lawyers millions of dollars for Deontay Wilder to get what he wants. He could have just gave it to him. He should have gave him a lump sum of money, paid him off, went on by this business or whatever, and then fought whoever he wanted to fight, like he always does. That's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury does what Tyson Fury wants to do. But at the end of the day, that's not what happened. They're fighting in court right now. So they're doing a fight, but the fight is just outside the ring. So what Fannon probably wants, he's getting. It ain't happening in the ring, though. Deontay Wilder saying, hey, I'll fight him in the backyard. That's just showing He still wants to fight. That's just, assuring his fans that he's not retiring. That's also assuring that, hey, I still have fire in me to fight as well. To say, and it basically it's like the save face, like, oh, I'd fight him in a booth and this, that, and the other, and what I want to talk to you guys about is Fannon was saying that ESPN is ESPN's fault. It's ESPN's fault. Yeah, it was ESPN's fault. It was Bob Arum talking about the money, and he was comparing what they made before Corona pandemic to what they would make now. And then because of what they would, and because of the comparison, it's not one. So they were like, you know what? No, we're going to wait. They did that. However, that's not the only thing that happened. Fox also had to be in agreement with that. It ain't just ESPN saying we're not going to do this because our fighter needs the money and the fight venue. That ain't what happened. Okay? What this was is Tyson Fury was with ESPN. ESPN, they wanted to change the date on top of Fox. Fox could have had that shit in December. They could have had that fight whenever. They didn't want to. So you can't, if you're going to blame ESPN, which is the network that Tyson Fury fights on, you also have to blame Fox, because Fox and Al Heyman, they could have got together and made a fight happen. They could have had it just like when Povetkin fought, Dillian White, right? So when that, they could have had it in a bubble. Or they could have at least had it like, okay, 1,000 people, just like Joshua had, and he lost millions of dollars, but he still fought, though. So that's that. I mean, I don't get why these guys were fighting over that. It seems like, to me, really, that the promotional company is not as good as Matchroom. You know why? Because Matchroom was still able to continue a fully functional, successful career with this shit still going on, whereas those guys were not. Those guys were worried too much about revenue and money and this, that, and the other. And then the networks were putting pressure on when to have the fight, so they kept pushing the fight. And I said they. I didn't say ESPN or them. They represent Fox and ESPN. Okay, so that's that. So as far as Deontay Wilder is concerned, no, he needs to just move on with his career. If he gets it, if he comes up victorious, hey, Tyson Fury has to fight him. What could happen? This is the best case scenario for Deontay Wilder. If Deontay Wilder wins, it's going to have to be after whoever wins. But see, here's the thing. This would hurt. This would hurt everything, and I know this is what Team Wilder's concerned about. If Tyson Fury goes in there and he fights Anthony Joshua and gets beat, okay? He goes in there and gets beat, then it will be a fight where, damn, now Tyson Fury has been defeated. He no longer has the WBC belt. Anthony Joshua has all of them. But then the order would be that Tyson Fury would have to fight Deontay Wilder, but then it was for a WBC belt, so there would be no belt that they're fighting in. And in that case, would Deontay Wilder, Team Wilder, want to still fight Tyson Fury after Tyson Fury's already been defeated? And I think they're worried about him possibly losing that damn belt because they want what they had. Okay, and they want the same stakes on the table like they had when they would have fought, and they should have fought Tyson Fury, which won't be there if Anthony Joshua wins. That's the problem. Okay, so if that happens, I want to know if the same energy will be applied to try to make an Anthony Joshua fight. But then again, if the ruling is, hey, you wanted to fight Tyson Fury, here you go. He ain't got the belt no more. So what? There you go. This is on you. All right. So it could be one of those things that could go down. But as far as Fannon's just cheerleading. Hey, yeah, he's adamant that this is going to. They've been saying that shit since before all this other stuff, and not knowing that both of these guys have signed. Both of these guys have agreed to the location, the date, and the venue. It's 3 dates. You pick one. Okay. And they're still saying the same shit. They're saying that because they can say that as long as the fight hasn't been 100% announced. That's it. You guys tell me what you think of Fannon's dedication to the Wilder movement. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.